Hello my dear students, I welcome to my YouTube channel. Before myself, Tirunagaram Manohar, Department of Mathematics, University College of Science, Tumkur, Karnataka. My mobile number is 6302026237 and 8985084319. Okay, my dear students, this is my brief introduction. Now I came to here to introduce a BSc of Tumkur University. Under BSc of Tumkur University, I am choosing this paper, Algebra and Calculus 2. Under Algebra and Calculus 2, Unit 1, that is line and multiple integrals I am giving. Under line and multiple integrals, already I did part 7, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5 and part 6 and part 7. If you not watch that previous videos, please watch that previous videos and comes to this part 8. Okay my dear students, if you not subscribe my YouTube channel yet, please subscribe my YouTube channel as Tirunagaram Manohar, that is TIRUNAGARAM So please subscribe my YouTube channel as Tirunagaram Manohar and like this video and share to your friends as well as write your valuable comments on my comment box. Okay my dear students, I will move on to the part 8. Under part 8, I am going to discuss about a double integral. First of all, we will discuss about double integrals. Double integrals. Before going to discuss about double integrals, we will discuss about some definite line integral, definite integral. See here, the definite integral integral a to b f of x dx is defined as the limit of sum of this one f of x1 into delta x1 plus f of x2 into delta x2 plus f of x2 f of x3 into delta x3 plus so on etc. plus f of xn into delta of xn. This is nothing but I am writing briefly as limit of sum of the sum of f of x1 into delta x1. Generally I am writing f of xn into delta xn. This one is nothing but limit summation is nothing but I am writing integral f of xn into delta xn. This is here limit also is there, limit from a to b I am taking. So in general this is nothing but what integral a to b f of x into dx. This is about definite line integral. Now comes to the double integral. A double integral is nothing but, see here, double integral I am taking one one second. Double integral. In this double integral I am drawing a geometrical way. I am going, see here, first of all this is coordinate axis, that is called here origin O is there, and this is x, y and z. This is z, x, y, z. Here I am considering one curved surface object considering a curved surface object, I am considering. See here, like this, I am taking curved surface object. Lastly, we will see the curved surface. Finally, here, what I am taking is curved surface object. Curved surface object which has top as a curve. Top has a curve. This is the curved surface. Here top in the form of a curve. See here. Top is the form of a curve. Okay. Now this curved surface I am taking as this face as taking z is equal to f of x comma y. Z is equal to f of x comma y. I am taking. Sorry, my pen is little bit trouble. So this is f of x comma y. This curved surface. See here. Now I want to see from this side. Okay, when I want to see the when we see the from this side of the object, how it happens, how it look like? It look like a plane curve. This one look like a plane curve. That is called OABC. That is nothing but I am drawing separately. We will understand that one. That is nothing but like this. This is where it happens in ZX plane. It happens ZX plane. This is X, O, Z. ZX plane. It happens like this way. This one from this side we want to. When we see from that side, this happens like this. One plane. This happens like this. One plane. O, A, B, C. Can I coincide? O, A, B, C. Okay, isn't it? Now we want to find first of all area of this one, area of this plane. We want to find first of all. How we find the area of this plane means by splitting some parts. By splitting some parts. This one. This is one part. This is one more part. This is one more part. This part is nothing but a strip. One part is nothing but a strip. Each part is called a strips. Each part is called a strip. P is anta karete. Here and probably. This is nothing but strip. Okay. Now we want to find this area. Okay. Along the Z is there. This strip length. Here from length. How much here? Length Z. For this strip length Z, this width or breadth along the x-axis, this one, how much from here to here? Dx I am taking this width dx. So area of this strip, area of this strip, one strip I am taking. Area of this strip is equal to length into breadth, that is equal to z into dx. Z into dx. This area of this one strip is nothing but how much? Length into breadth. Now what you want to first of all? Area of this total plane. Area of this total plane. Therefore area of the plane OABC. This area of this plane, which is equal to area of this plane is equal to how it comes the sum of the all strips, sum of the area of all strips. By adding all strips area, we will get the automatic area of this plane, isn't it? that sum including limit also I am including. Limit sum of the area of this plane, that strip area how much, z into dx. This limit is nothing but from where to where I am denoting. So we know that limit sum I am representing as a integral z to dx. It is some limit summation I am representing as z into, integration symbol. So this z into dx I am writing as it is. Okay. So how you find area means by adding all the areas of each strip. We will get the area of this OABC. So that one I am representing as limit summation of z into dx. So limit summation I am representing as integral. So this z into dx as we write as it is. Okay. Now what do you want to find? What do you want means area of this irregular object, volume of this irregular object we want. Volume of this irregular object. How you will get means, here I am split this irregular object into some pieces like this. Some pieces I am split at this one. This is look like a cake. See this one. So here this width how much? Along the y-axis. This width is dy. Along the y-axis this width is dy, and this length is what? See here. This one I am separately denoting as like this. That cake piece. Look like a cake piece. One piece of cake, piece of bun. Okay, piece of bread. So this is denoted and like this. I am representing separately. This one, isn't it? And this area, okay, this is one piece. Okay, this area, this width is what? How much? Width, this width dy, and also we know this one. I will rub this line. We will understood this one. Okay, so that's why briefly I am denoting like this. Area of this plane, one side plane. Already we find this area of this plane. How much? Integral z into dx. Integral z into dx. Area of this plane. Okay, area of this plane we denoted. Now we want to width. This width, how much? This width as denoting dy. This width is nothing but dy. This one dy, and this one we are representing dx. Sorry, idu dx, idu dy. This is nothing but what? Dy. Width is nothing but dy. See here now, volume of this slice, anta karibos. Okay, now therefore volume of this piece or slice, one slice, is nothing but area of this plane into this height or width. Area of the plane OABC into width or height and elbow. Width or height. This value, area of this plane, already we know that integral z into dx. This width is here dy. This is the area of, volume of the slice. Therefore, volume of the one slice, volume of the one slice is equal to integral z into dx into dy. We got it. Volume of the one slice. But what you want? Volume of the total irregular object. This total irregular object we want. Now volume of the total. Now volume of the total irregular, not regular, irregular object. Now I am taking as a irregular object. So that means shape is not a particular shape. So that's why it is an irregular object. Curved object I am taking. Curved surface at the tops plane. So that's why its value we want. So how you get this value of this irregular object? Means by adding the values of each slice. By adding the value of each slice. This is one slice. And also one more slice, slice. Or by adding all the value of this slice, we will get the value. So that's why. So one value of slice, how much? Integral z into dx into dy. So that's why value by summation of the values of slice, that is summation symbol, this one slice value is integral z into dx into dy. Of course limit will come. So this summation again I am representing as integral. One more integral. This summation is nothing but integral. Already integral z into dx into dy is there. This is nothing but again this a double integral, right? As z is nothing but f of x comma y into dx into dy. This is the double integral. So we can say that double integral is using for value of the irregular object also. So double integral can be used to find the value of the irregular object also by using double integral. Okay, I hope you all understood this, the double integral. I will move on to the problem part. So worked problems. See here, my dear students. First problem, very beautiful and interesting one. Evaluate integral 0 to 1. What is that? X square plus y square into dx into dy. So given problem, write as it is. Given that write as it is. This is nothing but integral 0 to 1 x square plus y square into dx into dy. Now we want to integrate along the x. With respect to x, we want to integrate it. So that's why this integral here 0 to 1 same limits is there, not a problem. If different limits is there, on that time we should take care. So that's why integral x square into dx with respect to x we want to integrate it. So that's why integral x square dx x cubed by 3 plus integral y square into dx. So that's why y square is a constant. Remaining integral 1 dx means x. So limits we want to apply from 0 to 1. So into dy also is there. So next, first of all, before going to next integration, we should apply the limits. So that is integral 0 to 1. We want to apply upper limit where x is there. In that place, we want to apply the limits. So don't in confusion. Where x is there, in that place we have to apply. So 1 cube by 3 plus y square into 1. So of course for lower limit this becomes 0. For lower limit this becomes 0 into dy. So this is nothing but how much we will get? Integral 0 to 1, 1 by 3 plus y square into dy is there. So now we want to do with integration with respect to y. So that's why here integral 1 by 3 into dy, 1 by 3 is a constant, so y will come, plus integral y square into dy, that is equal to y cubed by 3. Of course limits 0 to 1 is there. So now we want to apply these limits. So that way 1 by 3 into where y is there in that place, we want to apply 1 plus 1 cubed by 3. This is equal to 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3. How much? 2 by 3 is the answer. I hope you all understood this question. I will move on to the next question. That is second question. See here, evaluate integral 0 to 3, integral 0 to 1, xy into x plus y into dy into dx is there. This is a beautiful question. See here, my dear students, I will move on to the solution part. So the given equation can be written as see here, integral 0 to 3, integral 0 to 1, right as it is. Now we want to multiply with xy into x, so that is nothing but x square y plus xy into y, xy square into dy into dx. Don't change this order. If you change this order, you must take care about the limits also. So that's why better don't change this order. Now we want to do integration with respect to y. So that's why this is nothing but this integration, right as it is, limits also same, right as it is, integral 0 to 3. So now we want to integrate with respect to y, So that's why with respect to y means integral x square by dy means here x square is a constant. Integral y dy means y square by 2 will come. Plus also here also x constant. Here integral x y square dy means y cubed by 3. Now limits is what? 0 to 1 into dx is there. Okay, now here this integral 0 to 3, right as it is. Now we want to apply limits where y is there, on that place we want to apply. Don't confusion. Instead of y, if you replace x means totally wrong. So that's why where y is there in that place we want to apply the limits. So that's why x square by 2, right as it is, into where y is there, on that place we want to apply the limits. Y square means 1 square plus x by 3, right as it is, into y cubed means 1 cube. Of course for the lower limit 0, total terms becomes 0 into dx is there. So now we want to simplify this one. Integral 0 to 3. So what is that? X square by 2 remaining plus here x by 3 into dx is there. Now this is ready for integration. Next with respect to x. This is nothing but integral x square by 2 into dx means 1 by 2 is the constant. Integral x square dx means x cubed by 3 will come. Plus 1 by 3 is the constant. Integral x dx means x square by 2. So limits, what are the limits? 0 to 3. Now we want to apply that limits where x is there. So 1 by 2 into 3, 6 is there, into x cubed means 3 cube plus 1 by 2 into 3, 3 into 2, 6. So where x is there, on that place apply 3 square. So this is equal to, in both the term 3 square by 6 common, make it common. So remain 3 plus 1 will come. So that is 3 square 9 by 6 into 4. So this is nothing but Simply 2 2s 4 2 3s are 6, 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9. So 3 2s are 6. 6 is the answer. 6 is the answer. I hope you all clear. I will move on to the next problem. That is third problem. Third problem is very important for 3 marks. Evaluate integral 0 to a integral 0 to b xy into x minus y into dy into dx is there. Okay, my dear students, this is a beautiful and interesting question. So I will move on to the solution part. See here. So the given equation can be written as see here, given equation is what? The integral 0 to a, next integral 0 to b. Now I am multiplying with xy into x square y minus xy into y xy square into what is this? Dy into dx. Don't change the order. If you change the order, you must see about limits also. So better don't change the order. So that's why keep it as it is. So now integrate. Integral 0 to a, write as it is. Now we want to integrate with respect to y. So that's why integral x square y dy means x square is the constant. So integral y dy means what? Y square by 2 will come. Y square by 2 minus integral x y square dy means x is the constant. Integral y square dy means y cubed by 3 will come. So this limits is what? 0 to b into dx is there. Okay, I hope you all understood this step. I will move on to the next step. So integral 0 to a, right as it is, my dear students. Here we want to apply the limits where y is there, in that place we want to apply. So that's why here x square by 2 is the constant into where y is there, in that place we want to apply the limits. Y square means upper limit b square will come. Next x by 3 into y cubed means b cubed. So into dx is there. Now we want to apply we want to integrate with respect to x. So while you are with respect to x integrating, this b square by 2 is the constant. B square by 2 is the constant. Again integral x square dx means x cubed by 3 will come minus here b cubed by 3 is the constant into integral x dx means x square by 2 will come. So intervals here, intervals what? 0 to a, intervals 0 to a. Now we want to apply these limits. So that's why here where x is there, in that place we want to apply. Here b square by 2 3 just 6 will come. Here x cubed means upper limit, apply what? Apply. When you apply upper limit where x is there, in that place we have to do. So x cubed means a cube, b cubed by 2 3 2 are 6 into x square means a square. Of course for the lower limit 0, total both terms become 0. So in these two terms, which is a common? See here, a square b square b square by 6 will common. So remaining first term a will come, in second term b will come. So this is the final answer. This is the final answer, my dear students. I hope you all understood. I move on to the next problem. That is fifth problem. Fourth problem. This is the fourth problem. Fourth problem. See here, evaluate integral 1 to 2, next integral 2 to 5, x into dx into dy. This is very simple problem. I will left to you. Answer for this one is 21/2. I will left to you for assignment like that. So next I move on to the next question. Fifth question. This is very important. Fifth question is important for 5 marks. Okay, evaluate integral 0 to 1 dx into dy divided by square root of 1 minus x square into 1 minus y square. This is one beautiful and interesting problem. I will move on to the solution part. See here, I am rewriting the given equation is what? Integral 0 to 1 here what is that? Dx into dy by this denominator I am splitting like this, square root of 1 minus x square into square root of 1 minus y square. So this can be written as integral 0 to 1 into integral 0 to 1 divided by square root of 1 minus x square into dx. I am keeping one bracket, this one, and into remaining what? Dy by square root of 1 minus y square. Okay, for this one there is one formula. There is one form. What is that? Integral 1 divided by square root of a square minus x square into dx form. Integral square root of a square minus x square into dx form is what? 1 by a into sine inverse of x by a. Of course, integral constant c will come. According to this problem, here a is equal to what? Here a, 1 means 1 square, a means 1, x means x. So that's why integral 1 by square root of a 1 square minus x square into dx is nothing but that is equal to, I am writing here that value 1 by a means 1 by 1. Of course, one integral is there. Integral 0 to 1 is there. This value 1 by 1 into sine inverse of y x by a. X means x, a means 1. Of course, limits will come. Limits what? 0 to 1 into dy by square root of 1 minus y square. So, next step. I want to apply. Before that, I will open a one page. Okay, see here, my dear students. This one, integral, I am simplifying, integral 0 to 1. Now we want to apply the limits where x is there. So that means sine inverse of upper limit 1 minus lower limit 0. Sine inverse of 0 into dy by square root of 1 minus y square. So this implies that this is equal to integral. We all know that sine inverse of 1 means pi by 2. Sine inverse of 1 means pi by 2 minus sine inverse of 0 means 0 into dy by square root of 1 minus y square. So pi by 2 minus 0 means pi by 2. This pi by 2 I am keeping outside. So next integral 0 to 1. This one also I am writing like this, 1 by 1 square minus y square into dy. this is also same form. Here this form is there. So that's why this value is nothing but pi by 2 into same again 1 by 1 into sine inverse of x by a means here y by 1. Of course limits 0 to 1 is there. So by simplifying that, pi by 2 into sine inverse of 1 minus sine inverse of 0. So this is equal to pi by 2 into sine inverse of 1 pi by 2 minus sine inverse of 0 0. So that's why pi by 2 into pi by 2 pi square by 4 is the answer. I hope you are understood this question. Okay, I will give one more assignment. I will stop this lecture series, my dear students. I hope you all enjoyed this my video lecture series. You should subscribe my YouTube channel and like this video and share to your friends, as well as write your valuable comments on my comment box. Thank you, my dear students.